Hi Bestiedoes, cacidoe here. Welcome back to the channel. I want to put you onto a very simple makeup routine because I feel like most of my looks are like natural. Like you can't tell that I'm wearing makeup. They're very simple, easygoing, like, you know? So in today's YouTube video, I'm gonna show you how I do no makeup makeup. Okay, all jokes aside, this is a very simple makeup routine and it's changed throughout the years. It also changes depending on like if I have a tan or not, depending on the amount of makeup that I want to wear that day, the look. So the disclaimer here is this is not the only way to do no makeup makeup. The products that I'm using are the products that work best for me and the desired look that I'm looking for. So hopefully like this will help you get some tips and tricks, or you can try something new for yourself, play around with makeup. Makeup is supposed to be fun and experimentative, so let's do that. But before we continue, please give this video a big thumbs up. Trust and believe that it helps out the channel a lot. If you haven't done so, click that big red subscribe button, and then while you're there, might as well hit the bell notification so you don't miss any videos that I upload in the future. Now, let's get on with the makeup. Or let's get on with the no makeup. Now, this is not just for no makeup makeup. This should be rule of thumb for any makeup look. You need to have a really good base, and the good base starts with skincare. So go through your regular skincare routine, whatever that is. I already showered and did most of my skincare, but I've been trying out the Watermelon Glow by Glow Recipe, and these are like the small travel size. But I'll start with the toner. Just placing this right on the tips of my finger, dabbing them together, and then pressing this into the skin. I feel like I say this often, but I usually am not a fan of scents, but sometimes I can get into it, and this right now, the watermelon smell, smells so good. Also, rule of thumb for skincare, you want to go from your thinnest to your thickest. So like your oils will go first, then you want to put your serums, then you want to put your creams and moisturizers. Now I'm going in with the Ultimate Glow Brightening. Okay, there's like fully product in here and it's not. Okay. Hello. And that's all I'm using today. Ugh, not this car alarm going off. Welcome to New York City, I guess. It's so funny because I live in a basement apartment and you would think that I would be so isolated from noise, but all the street noise gets picked up. I may have just recently updated the makeup studio, but I do want to upgrade the sound. So if you have any sound recommendations, drop them in the comments because I am looking into getting a mic and like a whole deal so that way, you know, we can up the production value at cacidoe Studios over here. Okay, I'm gonna try to power through this and hopefully I'm the only one that can hear the car alarm, and then with like editing magic, you won't. But the next step is primer. You definitely want to use primer anytime you're putting makeup on because the primer will just grip and hold on to whatever makeup you put on top. Today I'm using the Nano Blur. This is by Indeed Laboratories. This actually went viral after Euphoria because it came out that this is the primer that the makeup artist on Euphoria used. It says that it helps instantly correct the appearance of skin aging, fine lines, wrinkles, crow's feet, enlarged pores, all of that. It's a really good primer. And since we're doing very minimal makeup, I want the skin to be skinning. When it comes to primers, I like to press the product in and like roll it out. Wow, I forgot how good this primer is. Now this primer is very mattifying, which if that's your tea, live, because then that works for you. Ah, the car alarm just went off. Great. Not went off, the car alarm just turned off. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, if you're into a matte face, this is a great primer for you. I usually opt into some matte, but for today's look specifically, I feel like no makeup looks best when it's a little dewy, just because it gives more of a natural finish. Unless you're blessed by the skincare gods and your skin is naturally matte, then you know what, go off. Don't blame one product if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. It could be a combination of the products you're using, it could be how you're applying it, so play around with it a few different ways until you see it fully doesn't work for you. But the skin is skinning. It's like so matte, so perfect, and super ready for product to get on top. The next step in this makeup routine, now stay with me, is bronzer. I'm using the Made by Mitchell liquid bronzer, but you can use whatever liquid bronzer you want, or even like a darker shade concealer. So I'm going to put this in the areas where I usually contour. Okay, so these are the areas where I placed this contour, and now we're just blending it out. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're going to spot conceal. Now this step is optional. I'm doing this because I want to correct some of the spots and redness and discoloration and just have like an even face. You don't have to do this. If you don't mind it peeking through, or if you have perfect skin, great for you. But we're going on with some spot concealer. Go ahead and grab a concealer that's very close to your skin shade. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It's a very thick concealer, but this is like literally my skin tone. Or maybe, we'll see if I got a tan in Brazil. Very small amount. Now you want to grab a concealer brush, and very carefully, you just want to shear this out a little bit, not too much. Okay, so I definitely got somewhat of a tan in Brazil because this is not matching my skin perfectly, but you know what, that's okay because we're putting product over it, so trust the process. Okay, now that that's sheared out, I'm gonna go in with some liquid blush, also by Made by Mitchell. This is Melon Sorbet. For no makeup looks specifically, I love using like a peachy tone blush. I feel like this complements my skin tone great. If you haven't tried purple blush, this looks so pretty, especially on darker skin. But I'm trying to stay away from like a bright red or a very noticeable blush. I want it to give kind of like a natural glow, which is why I feel like the peach works for me. I love a good blush, and we're also underpainting, so we're putting in quite a lot of product. And now we just blend this out. That is so pretty. I think I'm just a blush whore, and I love any and all types of blush. Can we get into the skin right now? And I haven't even put like a base on. Love, 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 great skin day. Okay, now I'm going to conceal. I'm using the Kimchi Chic Beauty The Most Concealer. This is in the shade Warm Alabaster. It's slightly lighter than my skin tone, but now with this tan, it's like very much lighter than my skin tone. But these are the areas that I want to highlight. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend this out. Okay, this is so much lighter than expected. There is no way that I'm that tan. But what's great about underpainting is you're able to put all of the shaping under your base. So the base, once you put it on, kind of just like neutralizes, or it like tones down everything that you put on. So that way your contours, your blushes, your highlighting, it'll like peek through the base. And like if you use underpainting as a technique for like your main makeup routine, like maybe you want to go back in with powders to reinforce the shaping, but since we're doing no makeup, we're just gonna leave it as is. With the base, not like this, because this looks crazy. But I don't know if you can already see the shapes that I'm creating on my face. The center of my face is much brighter than the outside of my face, so it draws your attention in. Okay, now our next step is powder. I'm using the Kimchi Chic Beauty Puff Puff Pass powder. This is the best rice-based powder that you can get. And don't forget, if you're shopping Kimchi Chic Beauty online, to use code cacidoe for 15% off your purchase. But we're using this powder to set under the eye since we just added concealer there. We don't want this to crease. We want the eyes to look nice and bright and alive the way they do right now. So I'm using a fluffy brush. I'm dipping into the powder. A lot comes off on the brush, so I'm placing this right on the back of my hand and then just patting the excess off. Now before you go ahead and set this, you want to double check and make sure that there is no creasing. So you might want to go back and blend out your concealers before you set them. If you set them with creasing, there will be creasing on the under eye. But you just want to lightly press this into the skin, and then you can go back and collect some more powder. Okay, now that we have most of the face on, we're going to put the base. I'm not using foundation today because I want to have a very dewy, natural finish. So I'm using the YSL Bare Look Tint. This is a skin tint, and it's very sheer, very dewy, blends out super easily. This is definitely buildable coverage because you can add more product on, but I'm putting this right on the back of my hand, and I'm actually going to mix two of them. I have like a darker and a lighter one. I'm using that small amount, going in with my concealer brush, and then just mixing the two together. But this is it blended out. I'm grabbing my beauty blender and I'm picking up the product right from the back of my hand. Now when applying the product, I do this with foundations, with skin tint, with everything. I start in the middle of the face and work my way out. I feel like this helps you use less product because you want most of the product to be right in the center of the face because that's where, you know, you're focusing attention to. And then as you get to the end, there'll be less product, so it shears out more and it blends more into your like your natural skin tone, you know? So starting right in the middle of the face. And then blending out. This looks so pretty. Are you kidding? Do you see the skin? Also, do not forget the neck. And the ears. This is most of the face done. If you look at the skin is skinning, and then like the blush is still peeking through, like there's still some definition from the contour. Okay, now that the base is on, I'm gonna focus on the eyes. I'm going in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. If you like the way that this looks, you can move on to the next step, but I wanna add some definition to the eye. I'm gonna lightly place this towards the end of the eyes, and then with the beauty blender, I am blending this all over the lid. I just feel like it gives more definition without calling too much attention to the eyes. Yeah. After we've done the base on the eyes, I'm moving on to the brows. Now, I have pretty thick brows, so I'm okay with using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and that's it, just set and go. If you want or need to fill your brow in, totally fine. I definitely recommend the Urban Decay Brow Blade. It is so good for drawing on hairs. It's double-sided, so one side has like a felt tip so you can draw strands of hair on your brow, and then the other side is a pen so you can like fill in any gaps. So I'm just going in with this tinted mascara. I haven't used this product in so long because for literally all of my makeup looks, I have been like laying my brows down, and that's the look that I go for. I completely forgot how tinted this mascara is. Like, are you literally kidding? Like, how pretty is that? And that's literally just the tinted mascara. Look at the difference. This fully made this brow gag. Okay, the brows are down, the face is giving face. Next, we're going on to lashes. I'm just gonna quickly curl my lashes. Okay, lashes are curled. I'm not gonna put on a false lash, but you can. I also have pretty long lashes, so even for some of my more intense makeup looks, I don't actually wear a lash. I'll just put a heavy coat of mascara on and I'm fine. But if you need to put a lash on, Ardell makes some really good lashes. You can get them at CVS, Walgreens, Rain Reed, your local like drugstore. And they make really good wispies that like are natural. You can also use like individual lashes. You can get your lashes done. There's plenty of options, but one tip that I definitely want to recommend for no makeup, using brown mascara. If you don't have a brown mascara, please go and get one. You don't know that you are missing out. This is the Act Natural Defining Mascara by ColourPop. And I feel like brown mascara helps just enhance your lashes without making it seem like you're wearing mascara. Now, another quick tip is right after you curl your lashes, just if you have a lash comb or just like with like a spoolie, just brush through your lashes so they're not intertwined. So that way when you go in with mascara, it doesn't clump your lash hairs together. Now, some people don't like mascara on their bottom lashes. I totally do, so this is optional. But do we see the difference? It's so subtle, but like you can see the individual lash hairs. I don't know, I'm obsessed with brown mascara. It's so funny because I rewatch these videos because I edit them, and the faces that I make when I'm applying makeup, I think are so funny. Yeah. Okay, I'm super happy with how this is turning out so far. Next is the lip. It's totally up to you if you want to wear a gloss, if you want to put a lip on. I'm putting on a balm. This is by Too Faced as well. This is the Hangover Pillow Lip Balm. And then of course, setting it all in place with the Too Faced All Nighter Setting Spray. This is literally the one that came in the PR box, and I promise you, it's almost at half. When I tell you I go through setting spray like it's water, which it literally has water in it, but I go through them so often. So I'm so glad that Urban Decay sent me 2 of them. Face is saturated. Just gotta dry her out. And that's the glam. This is the no makeup all complete. When I like the luminous skin, the like even toneness, but like super subtle, right? Like I feel like this is no makeup. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you're into the look, if it's giving no makeup, if it's not, yikes. But hopefully you were able to have some takeaways from this video. I had so much fun and luckily I got to wear this out. So I'm gonna go enjoy my day in this pretty look. If you'd like to enjoy some vertical screen content, you can find me on cacidoe on all social media platforms. Please go ahead and follow me on socials. There is fun content there as well. And that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed today's video and I will see you beautiful beings on the next one. Mwah! How long is the duration of a car alarm? 20 minutes? Girl! Now?